Moongate Insurance Group.
You can count on us.
Pretty Lady Seedless red and white grapes, only $3.99 per pound. Certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak, just $15.99 per pound, saving you $5. Select varieties of Purex liquid laundry detergent, only $4.99 for a 50-ounce bottle. Save $5. On LaCroix sparkling water, just $8.99 for a 12-pack. Pepperidge Farm 15-grain or soft honey wheat bread, only $4.49 for a 24-ounce loaf. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, August 29th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. There is a need for concern, but not panic. That's the position of National Security Minister Wayne Keynes as he reacts to what appears to be heightened street violence in the wake of two recent murders. Here's Gary Moreno with our lead story.
The murders of Taylor Greer and Danshan Swan have met with questions from the public of what are the authorities doing and why are we not seeing stepped-up police presence in known hotspots. Wayne Keynes, the Minister of National Security, though, urges the situation does not call for a knee-jerk reaction. He says while he, like the rest of the community, is pained by the senseless murders of these two men, he understands that there has to be a level-headed approach to dealing with the scourge of gun and gang violence.
The people of Bermuda should know that the ministry is working exceedingly hard to manage this situation, to put together a long-term strategy. We have a team that is led by Pastor Leroy Bean, the Gang Violence Reduction Coordinator. He makes sure that his team is operating at prime.
Asked to show evidence of this work, he says is being done by the ministry through its various initiatives. The minister provided these statistics.
The team has had 260 contacts in the last month. Numbers of meetings with individuals reducing community violence, exploring individual tensions. There have been 20 interactions. The opportunities to meet with the people in the community, de-escalating community tensions, 35 engagements for the last month. Mediating specific incidents in the community, our team has mediated 37 times in this month alone. Coaching specific gang nominals or people that are related, 17 times for a total of for this month, a total of 109 contacts.
Reflecting on the number of successful prosecutions following police investigations into previous gang-related murders, the minister argues we cannot expect that the police, Gang Violence Reduction Coordinator Pastor Leroy Bean and his team, or government will fix this problem if the community is not willing to work with these agencies.
A big problem that we come in counter with is the no snitching culture. When a person can be held in account, when a person the police can do certain things, we have a culture based on trust, based on the code of the street, that people do not talk, or that has consequences. And we believe that as a country we have to continue to work to stamp out this scourge.
Pastor Bean, in echoing the minister's sentiments, calls for us to adopt the position that we must be each other's keeper.
We have a responsibility, to our particular areas to do what we need to do. So if the young men are sitting on the walls, go out, interact with them, build relationship, find out what's actually happening. You might find out that it's something that you might have not dreamed that's happened to the young man. He might not have food. He might have been molested when he was young. Certain things might have taken place. And when we start to interact, we start to find out who, these individuals are, truly from an intimate, basis. So I believe that, yes, we do need to do our parts.
According to the Gang Violence Reduction Coordinator, this is not some game in which armchair quarterbacks apportion blame. This, he says, is a matter of life and death. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Gary. In other news, the recent prediction by the Auditor General that the island's pension fund will run out of money by the year 2049 should serve as a wake-up call, according to Sir John Swan. It's been suggested that government might consider raising the retirement age to prevent that. But Sir John, a former premier, believes that will not work and says the country must consider opening its borders to more foreigners to increase pension contributions. Here's what he told Mike Sharp.
Now, we can sit and moan about foreigners and everything else. I think what we have to do is we look at if we want to honor our pension system, if we want to honor our employment system. We're now talking about making a living wage and giving it to everybody under the Human Rights Act, which means the fact people working here from overseas will get a minimum wage, whether they're from India or from Philippines or El Salvador, whatever the case might be. So my suggestion would be that we have a national rational conversation, not a political conversation, a national rational conversation about how Bermuda needs to evolve and how we're going to help our people. And we're not having that. What we're having is a conversation saying, keep your borders closed, keep your immigration policies strong, and keep people out. In some ways, you begin to sound like Trump in a way. And the end result is we're not getting the best opportunities as possible. And we might have to give up something to get something. At the rate we're going now, there will not be that comfort in old age. In fact, there's no comfort at the present time. There are people suffering because of high medical costs, rising food costs, rising service and maintenance costs, and so forth. And if we're pumping that money overseas because we believe the fact that if somebody comes from somewhere else and they get the same pay as Bermudans get. So I am for opening Bermuda up, but at the same time looking after Bermudians at the same time.
Sir John Swan. Still to come, more tributes following the death of Jim Woolridge, plus all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
You can count on us.
Value pack fresh Purdue chicken thighs or drumsticks, only $1.99 per pound. Sweet eating cantaloupes, just $3.99 each, saving you $2. Save $3 on Luigi's Real Italian Ice, just $3.99 for a 6-count. Start your morning with Kellogg's To-Go cereal cups, only $1.29. Hot price on Kool-Aid Jammers, just $3.99 for a 10-pack. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sundays 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
This is Jane. Jane has been living independently until her recent fall. Because of the injury she sustained, her mobility is now limited. Jane chose Bermuda In-Home Care to assist her with her activities of daily living. The caregivers at Bermuda In-Home Care are trained to care for individuals with limited mobility. They incorporate exercise and activities into Jane's care plan given by her doctor and physiotherapist. The caregiver helps the family select the right medical equipment from Lighthouse Medical Supplies. Lighthouse Medical Supplies have certified durable medical equipment specialists available to help. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Falls lead to head injuries and hip fractures. Fall prevention is critical. Call Bermuda In-Home Care to speak to one of our home care specialists. Call us now for a free home care assessment, 705-4424, or visit us at www.bermudainhomecare.com.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
The death yesterday of elder statesman and cricket commentator CV Jim Woolridge has seen an outpouring of tributes. The voice of summer was, of course, a widely respected politician serving as a UBP minister for many years. Today, former OBA Premier Michael Dunkley said Jim was a major influence on his career.
You know, I was definitely rocked and very sad yesterday morning to hear of the passing of a great man. And I used in some of the social media posts I put out, I actually used the word icon and gentleman and statesman. They don't make them like that anymore. Here's a man who served his country for many, many years, you know, probably in the House of Assembly over 3 decades. Never got tired of it. Always enjoyed it. He worked for the people, he enjoyed the people, and he seemed to actually really grow and flourish by serving the people. And he left a legacy behind that we would be wise to reflect on. and learn and grow from, because I knew Jim from a very young age. He was very close to my father and my grandfather, and he used to always joke to me. He taught me so much in politics, just to be around him, to listen to some of what he said and some of the other, stalwarts of politics. But every time Jim spoke, there was something to learn, and he took me under his wings, and he nurtured me, he guided me, he taught me how to present, and taught me how to act, and the facial expressions and things like that. And every time he spoke, you had to listen, because he made perfect sense, and he did it with that joy of life that I really appreciated. And it's a sad day. It's a sad day for family, but it's a sad day for Bermuda to see that somebody who's done so much for our community has passed on and left a legacy that if we could carry on just a little bit, we'd be better off.
Turning to weather now, and let's see the view from our weather cam showing yet another warm and beautiful evening. Let's hope the forecast has some rain in store for us, and that could even be as a result of activity heating up in the tropics. Here are the experts from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you've had a great Wednesday. Pretty nice weather here, and you can see we have just a boundary not too far from us, and it's not going to cause any kind of issues really the next couple of days. All you have to watch out for is some patches of moisture that might sneak into the area. Besides that, a nice stretch of weather. Temperatures are going to be running a little bit above normal, especially during the nighttime hours. So as we take a look at the radar here, radar estimated rainfall, most of the moisture is to our south. We've had some patchy clouds out there today. Otherwise, a beautiful day, and we're approaching the end of the month. You might be wondering, how has this August been as far as rainfall is concerned? We've had over 3 inches of rain this month, but that's below average for the month of August, at least here for St. George's. We typically are close to about 5.5 inches of rain. So with that said, as far as the rainfall department is concerned, we are running below normal for our year-to-date rainfall. We should be at about 36.5 inches of rain, and we don't have much in the way of rain in the forecast over the next couple of days. We're in the low 80s right now, humidity right about 70%, winds are out of the northwest, very light. The water temperature 87, so the air and the water both very warm right now. And if you're heading out toward the water, we've got your tidal times here. There are no marine issues out there. It's actually relatively calm out on the water right now. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, temperatures are going to be running above normal, especially during the nighttime hours. We'll call it partly cloudy tonight, a low of 77. That will be the low tomorrow night as well. We'll have some patches of moisture again around the island the next couple of days. It's not going to be a washout, but there will be some showers in spots. All right, if you're doing any traveling, we've got you covered here with the travel forecast. First, some of the current conditions in Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. We do have some showers around, and then tropical development, none that we're worried about here, but we are going to keep our eye on the tropics. To our south, there's a tropical wave that's going to be working its way on west. And then off the coast of Africa, there is a newer tropical wave that's coming off the coast there, and that'll be something that we have to watch as we head into next week. But at this point, tropics remaining quiet, at least for us here in Bermuda. Some more showers and thunderstorms, though, down toward the Caribbean. All right, your gateway forecast here. Some storms tomorrow in New York City and also Boston, even Miami. You're 90 and stormy at times. Your extended forecast will allow for a couple of spotty showers on Thursday. Otherwise, temperatures staying in the upper 80s into early next week. No important precipitation nearby. Overnight lows staying warm and muggy in the upper 70s.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition, and as I came down the water slide I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool, and I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
Do you need a reliable and dependable auto service? Mr. Fix-It is the one who gives roadside service, repairs brakes, does oil changes, tune-ups, cleans headlights, wheel alignments, electrical repairs, diagnostic testing, and full service for any car. TCD appointments also a plus. Mr. Fix-It, the mobile mechanic who comes to you. Call Mr. Fix-It at 735-1976 or 519-8798 and let him be your auto doc.
Godwin International will host an exclusive launch and cocktail party for Georgette Prime Godwin, fresh brand and partner for Bermuda. A new book release for War Baby, a Ruach Elohim parable, on Saturday, September the 1st, 2018 from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Hamilton Princess and Beach Club in the Harborview Ballroom. Dress is smart business casual and general admission is $85 per person. You can register online at www.bdatix.bm or even by phone at 441-535-1530.
ZBM Realty and Associates services all your real estate needs. Our agents have years of real estate experience specializing in selling of properties, renting of properties, property management, vacation rental. So whether you're looking to move to another location, selling your home, purchasing a new home, or a landlord looking for assistance in managing your property, give us a call today. One of our experienced agents will be more than willing to assist you with all your housing needs. Call us on 234-2050 or visit our website, jbmrealtyandassociates.com.
The core of Smart Security's business is providing customers with burglar, fire, CCTV, and other essential alarm services. An important and growing market that offers you the best of all worlds, state-of-the-art protection technology, and monitor your system 24 hours a day, every day of the year, offering you that peace of mind knowing everything you care about is safe and secure. Technology allows residential and business customers to access information and to control their security systems remotely. For more information, call Smart Security Systems at 292-4019 or visit their website, smartsecuritysystems.bm.
Welcome back. Some positive education news with the revelation that the use of a sophisticated computer program that boosts students' literacy is being expanded. 50 students at Cedar Bridge Academy will use the Achieve 3000 program next term. Money for the project comes from, in part, the Rotarians, who recently held a lunch for one of the key advocates of the program. Hal Davis reports.
It's a system that begins by testing students to see what level they're at with their reading and writing. Then texts, quizzes and writing exercises are delivered to students' computers at exactly the right level for them. But over time, the materials become more difficult, helping to gradually improve comprehension and writing skills. Nikki Euler, literacy coordinator at Cedarbridge, where the programme was introduced in February, recently addressed the Rotary Club about Achieve 3000's benefits. Among them, she says, is the emphasis on the individual students and their interests.
There are also individual lesson plans that can be done. A student can also pick the topics that they would like to read too. So sometimes a teacher can use the program to supplement their lesson, and sometimes a student can work independently and pick topics of their own choosing.
She says 50 students will be using the program next term and has no doubts that it will help boost students' ability to read and write.
I'm really excited because there's a further push for the program. In my classroom, we were already using a reading technology program that I thought was just wonderful. And then Ms. Sonia Romero introduced me to this one and mentioned the benefits of it and said that we should give it a try. And I just love it.
The hope is that the new software will appeal to children who might be turned off by more conventional teaching methods. Ms. Euler says while, of course, there are lots of competent readers and writers in Bermuda's schools, there is still a literacy problem. And while the new programme may help raise literacy rates, it's not a magic bullet. In other words, students will still have to put the work in. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Hal. Well, turning to business news, Tony Waterman has the top stories in tonight's Business Mashup.
Prices continue to rise on island, but at a slower pace. June inflation clocked in at 1.6% on year. That's the slowest pace of growth in 6 months. Higher electricity, fuel, health, and personal care costs continue to drive up overall prices. Dining out also more expensive in June, with the average cost of date night up nearly 2% from May. And if you are a beer lover, this could leave you crying in your beer, because the average price of a brew up nearly 2.5% on a monthly basis. The only sector which saw prices dip on a yearly basis was the household goods, services, and supplies sector. Rental costs, meanwhile, remained unchanged for an 8th consecutive month. The Bermuda Post Office is looking to cash in on online shopping and is looking for some help. It's requesting information from those in the industry on how the marketplace works, purchasing options, and logistic networks. The goal is to develop a platform for the BPO so online shoppers can have their goods shipped to Bermuda via the post office infrastructure. Like most post offices around the world, the BPO has seen a dramatic drop in volumes as email, online ads, and online bill payments see less people using the service. And another round of consolidation in the insurance space. This time, private equity group Apollo is dropping $2.6 billion for Aspen. The Bermuda-based insurer has been looking for a buyer for much of 2018 as the company struggles with disappointing profits. It's unclear, though, what the merger will mean for Bermuda. This deal adds to a string of others, including AXA's $15 billion deal with XL Group and AIG's $5.5 billion acquisition of Validus Holdings. The deal is expected to close in the first half of 2019. I'm Tony Waterman, and that's your Business Mashup.
Thanks, Tony. Well, still to come, Earl Basden joins us live from the Seabreeze Oval with the latest on this weekend's cricket. We'll be right back.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Colonial protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
health insurance with far-reaching benefits,
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
business insurance, and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit CGIGroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
Sports now, and this Saturday sees the final round of the Eastern Counties Cup with defending champions Cleveland County taking on St. David's Cricket Club. The clash will be played at the Seabreeze Oval, and we're joined there by Earl Basden.
Thank you, Diane, and welcome to the Seabreeze Oval, the home of the 2018 Eastern County Cup competition. Final game on Saturday here at Seabreeze Oval will feature Cleveland County, the cup holders, against St. David's Cricket Club. Joining me now is the president of the Eastern County Association, Mr. Stephen Douglas. Stephen, unfortunately yesterday was the passing of a stalwart of Eastern County, first a player, then into the commentary. Your message to Bermuda on the fact that Mr. Jim Woolridge has passed.
Well, first of all, on behalf of the Eastern County Club, Eastern County Association, and its member clubs, I go over condolence to his family and to his extended sporting family. You know, he was a pioneer in his way of commentating. He was unique in his commentating. No one else, I think, in the world would commentate like him. So what he brought to the game is, second to none. And
now, final game setting up. So, at the end of the game, at the end of the series, what are we looking forward to? Obviously, the final cup presentation, man of the series, all that to be. What could people look forward to at the conclusion of the 2018 series here at Seabreeze Oval?
Well, along with the man of the series, the spin of the series, we do the draw for next year. So there's people who are anticipating the draw to schedule the holidays for next year. more likely the Bayless Bay and the Flats fans who are overseas, and the loser of the game on Saturday.
Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to Saturday. Now joining me is, I guess, the hero of the first match for Cleveland County, Mackay McGowan. Mackay, you're going to have to, you guys have been able to first dethrone Bayless Bay,
Right.
then you held off Flats.
Yeah.
Now it's St. David's. There's a lot of history between the two clubs.
Yeah.
You've played for a while, but that inning you had in the first match against Bayless Bay took a lot of guts, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. When I came into the field, it was 98, I think, for 7 or 8. And then when I came in, my goal was just to at least try to get the game to at least 150, 160. So I'm glad I was able to do that. You know.
Now you're picked actually as a bowler. I would say. What do you think you guys are going to need to do to ensure that you kind of build St. David's out and make sure you have a score you can chase, or you set a target?
Well, we know that St. David's have a lot of good batsmen. So what my job would be as an opening bowler to at least try to get us off to a good start. If we could do that, then hopefully the game could go our way.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Now joining me is obviously the challengers, Chris Douglas, the captain of St. David's Cricket Club. A lot of history between the two clubs for you itself, because family on both sides, and a new role, skipper in the team. How has the challenge been for you so far this season in leading St. David's?
Well, so many leaders in my team. Could be easy, but it's actually been somewhat difficult because there's a lot of people that want to give input, and I have to consider everyone. So it's been a bit of a tough task for the season.
Yeah. So come Saturday, how do we shape up?
Well, I'm going to pick the best team that I have, and based on how the pitch looks in the morning, we'll decide on what we have to do and go out there and beat our opponent.
Good luck to everyone. Well, folks, from this cricket field to the MVP of Cup Match. The Most Valuable Player of Cup Match 2018 award was presented to Somerset Cricket Club player Dion Stovall by the Minister of Social Development and Sports, Michael Weeks, in the boardroom of the Department of Youth, Sport and Recreation earlier today. Stovall thanked those involved.
First of all, I'd like to thank Somerset, the selectors, coaching staff, ministry, for allowing me to win this award. I think it's an honor, and it's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And once again, thank you.
Minister Weeks was pleased because he is a Somerset supporter.
I take great honor, and I think this is a privilege that going forward, starting from this year, the Department of Youth and Sport will be doing the MVP of the Cup Match Classic every year. And I say it's an honor because, like I told this year's recipient, that I am a fan of Somerset, so it's only right that the first MVP be given by me to a fellow Somerset man and supporter. Mr. Stovall, as you know, over the years has always delighted and made Cup Match exciting with his contributions. So there's not much more I could say about Dion. We all know him as a footballer and cricketer, and I am definitely one of his fans, especially in cricket. He's never played for my football team, so I can't say that. But for my cricket team, hats off to Mr. Stovall. And again, thank you on behalf of the fans, Mr. Stovall. Thank you on behalf of Somerset in particular. And I would like to see you going forward to win one or two more of these.
Members of the Bermuda team were back in action on day 3 of the Pan American Squash Championships going on in the Cayman Islands. Noah Brown and Michael Franklin took to the court for the men's doubles. The pair would advance in their first round match, winning 11-5, 11-5. Nick Time and Emma Keane were in the mixed doubles, but they would go down in straight games, 11-5, 11-2. Alex Furtado and Laura Robinson played in the ladies' doubles. They went down in a 3-set battle, 10-11, 11-6, 11-8. Franklin and Brown would go back on the court for a second round match in the men's doubles. However, they would go down 11-6, 11-4. Now, Key Wells was not part of the Queen's Park Rangers team, who booked their place in the third round of the Carabao Cup last evening with a 3-1 win over Bristol Rovers on what was an entertaining night at Loftus Road. At the Michael Priest Softball Diamond last evening, it was a triple header that produced 79 runs as the Bermuda Commercial Summer League softball playoffs continued. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl, for both reports. That's our newscast. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing your Wednesday evening with us, everyone. Good night.